Rabia, coming back to your story, I remember you saying to us that Juhu was your hunting ground, and you
Yes.
flew a lot. You trained there, and you flew. And I mean, Juhu is India's very first airport. I have pictures which I gave to the airport director when it was just mud flats, and they had to make it proper for JRD to land the very first flight in 1932. So you flew there, and that's a very special place to you. And the Bombay Flying Club is a very special organization to you. You want to tell us all a little bit about why you love Juhu so much?
Well, I mean, it was first of all an extremely beautiful place, as you say, and our clubhouse was perched in the middle of a lot of seaweeds and things because there were uh, water
Marsh.
on every side. In the monsoon, the water used to come up almost to the clubhouse, but that was not actually where we would fly. When we had to walk to the aircraft quite a distance, and then um, as you took off, actually my first flight, when I was told to take the orientation flight, is an occasion which I will not forget. As I was telling a friend, if I'm born 10 times, I'll still remember that I did not know what was going to happen. And he made me sit in the front seat and instructor sat at the back. So he started the thing and we started to roll down. I was in complete bewilderment. And of course, you went at about 80 mph, which is high in a car. It's a big, good speed. And then suddenly this earth fell away. And here I was, and in front of me was the friends. And then what happens? The sea is there. What is going to happen? And it took off like that. It was the most
Yeah.
fantastic experience. And
So, Zara, what was your experience like when flying through India? I know it was very rushed, and one didn't really know when you were going. But I know you did your event in Coimbatore, and then an hour before you were to land at Sahar Airport, your dad called me and said she's got to land at Juhu. Help her, she needs fuel. So, what you want to tell us about that? You didn't get to see the beauty of Juhu too much, I would imagine, because it was very low visibility. But would you like to tell us a little bit about that day, that night? It was New Year's Eve.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was a good flight from Coimbatore, and yeah. So once I approached Mumbai, visibility did drop a lot. So I was really quite focused on flying. But it was really nice landing at Juhu because the controller made me go for an approach at Mumbai, and then on a short final, then you turn to then line up for Juhu, which was really cool. I'd never done something like that before, and it was a fun airport to land at. The runway, I can't remember exactly which one I landed on, but it was pretty short, I think. So it was lots of fun to finally be challenged again and have a fun airport to land at. And then that evening I spent the day it was the evening trying to find fuel before before New Year's, which was it was challenging,
It was
but
challenging.
it was
Did
fun.
you get to see the markets yourself when you went to buy those jerry cans?
So we drove past them. I went to sadly the only place I actually was able to stop was the fuel station. But I'd love to go back and see it properly.
Yes, I'm hoping that that will happen, that both of you will find occasion to actually meet in person and at Juhu. You never know, with Mac flying around, it could well happen. And then, you can have
Yeah.
some really live interaction and a much better and warmer welcome the next time around. Captain Mayuri, do you want to ask her something?
Hi everyone. Rather than asking, I would just like to add to the experience because I'm so excited listening to the word Juhu because we take off from Juhu every day. I'm flying
Yes.
helicopters, I'm flying offshore. So every takeoff, every landing starts and stops with Juhu. So all this entire conversation has been very close to my heart because everyone talks about airports and we consider Juhu more like a heliport, it's like my land. So it's
Yeah.
very nice to hear all of your experiences.
I think we will say thank you very much to Zara and to Rabia for joining us today digitally. as I said, worlds apart and yet so together, and all of you actually, and I hope someday that, you will actually shake hands and maybe go up together in a flight from Juhu. You never know. All three things, magic can still make them happen.